In today's video, Q&A for the month of May, and that is coming up. What's up there and welcome to a brand new video on 414 YGO. In today's video I'll be doing Q&A for the month of May. And hey, if you're new here, why not join the 414 community by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out. I got a really good response from, the Q&A I did for April, and thanks for you guys for participating in that and for asking questions for this month. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, and it's gone okay, it's gone well. I've got questions, I've got enough content to go for this month, which is awesome. So if you want to leave questions for the next Q&A, of course, leave them in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into the questions. Okay, so the first question for this month is, what are your thoughts on all three Yu-Gi-Oh movies? Okay, so Pyramid of Light to begin with. I thought it was a really good film. To start, I think they hyped up really well the big, Yugi versus Kaiba, and then I felt as the film kind of progressed, I kind of lost a little bit of interest in it as it progressed, I guess. So started really strong, but kind of went off tangent a bit towards the end. As for Bonds Beyond Time, obviously we had the combination of Yugi, Jaden and Yosef. I loved that film. I thought it was really, really good. I definitely think that one was better than Pyramid of Light. I love the way that they brought those three protagonists together in that big duel. I kind of wish that it was a bit longer and there was a bit more to the duel, rather than, it was basically just them and their ace monsters kind of going against each other. But, really enjoyed it. Thought it was really good. Definitely a step in the right direction from the Pyramid of Light. Finally, Dark Side of Dimensions. Definitely 100% the best of the three. I mean, graphically it was amazing. The story was really, really good. And I just loved, we got to see a what happened next kind of thing, from the end of the series. Obviously it's still hype because it's all new. But out of the three, Dark Side of Dimensions is definitely my favourite. But let me know which your favourite film out of the three was in the comment section below. Question, the next one is, what character would you want to duel, I guess? I mean, I'd love to kind of test myself against Yugi, but I feel, I don't know, it's going to be someone from the original series. Yugi or Kaiba, I think. Kaiba would probably destroy me in a duel, but I'd like to be insulted by him. I really want him to call me a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I won't want to deal. I won't want to duel any of the villains because, my luck probably wouldn't prevail there. If I had to go between Yugi or Kaiba then, I'll go Kaiba. I'd love to duel Kaiba. That'd be really cool. That'd be fun. I'll stack loads of Dark Paladins against him. It'd be awesome. Okay, serious question. 414. If I was dueling and I summoned EXODIA the Forbidden One in defense mode, can I use Pot of Greed? Yes, you can. Absolutely. So in terms of that, Pot of Greed is actually stronger than EXODIA. I mean, if your opponent was to, say for example, get all 5 cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle in their possession, and you just slam that Pot of Greed down, you can do that, because Pot of Greed in that instance acts as, it's like EXODIA's only counter. I mean, if you think about it, how was EXODIA sealed in the first place, right? I mean, I know in the TCG, behind each pieces is a picture of it makes that spellbinding circle. But if you look actually closely, it's not Spellbinding Circle, it is Pot of Greed. Yeah. Pot of Greed is the strongest instant win card in the game. So basically as soon as you draw it, your opponent might as well just leave. Pot of Greed is the absolute strongest. In terms of your question, if you were to summon EXODIA the Forbidden One in defense mode, can you still use Pot of Greed? You'd be better off just using Pot of Greed to begin with, and you've instant won the duel. So that's my answer to that. Okay, if you were to be made into a Yu-Gi-Oh card, what type would you be? Like XEs, Fusion, and things like that. I'd like to think of myself as, if I was to be made into a card, I'd like to be made into a spellcaster. So in terms of type, I don't know. I'd like to be quite easy to summon. I'd like to kind of be an ace monster as well, to be fair. So I guess Maybe, maybe just like a normal effect monster. I think I'd like to be an effect monster. I'd like to be something that's easily summoned with an awesome ability. Strong attack as well. Kind of like a Dark Paladin's disciple or something like that. Or like, no, Dark Paladin's apprentice or something like that. I think that'd be really kind of cool. So we'll go with that. I'll be an effect type monster. Anticlimactic, I know, but I can't think what else I'd want to be. Next question is, if you could be in any series of Yu-Gi-Oh, which one would it be? I would definitely be in the original series, 100%. If we break that down into arcs, ooh, God, which tournament would I rather go for? Would I rather go for Battle City or Duelist Kingdom? You know what? I think Battle City is the obvious choice, but if I could be in any series, if I could be involved in it, I'd definitely go for Duelist Kingdom. I wouldn't mind being on the island. I wouldn't mind seeing how well I fared with the field power bonuses. I really love the gauntlet, so I definitely want to own one of those with the little star chips going around it. So yeah, let's go for that. Duelist Kingdom in the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh dubbed or subbed? This one, you know what, I'm absolutely 50-50 on. I love the subbed and I love the dubbed as well. I think the whole argument of like dub and sub is like really probably the worst argument I've ever heard. I usually find that people that watch like dub are obviously very new to it, getting, you know, into like the anime scene, so to speak. And I feel like the sub people are kind of just a bit like, you know, oh, sub's like the only way, because it's like, you know, it's the cool way, you know? And everyone that watches like dubs like a weeb, like a noob, a loser. I don't agree with that. Everyone enjoys their art form. Like, everyone enjoys watching the art form in different ways. Some people prefer it with English, some people prefer it with the original Japanese voice actors. I prefer both. I mean, in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously the Japanese sub has a lot more to it in terms of it's not as censored, it's a bit more aggressive, it's a bit darker, so I love that aspect to it. However, I did grow up on like the dub, so the like, you know, I can't remember the voice actors off the top of my head, but the Yugi Kaiba, Joey, those voice actors are like, as soon as I see those characters, that's the voice I associate with. So in terms of, you know, subbed or dubbed for me, I'm literally 50-50, and it's not just with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's with all of the others as well. I think the argument of sub versus dub is, you know, kind of a stupid one, because it's all personal opinion at the end of the day. But you know, I'm very much one of those people that's like, everyone, you know, is entitled to their own opinion. If you prefer sub, awesome. If you prefer dub, awesome. If you like them both, double awesome. Okay, next question is, do more Q&A videos. I plan to, with you guys' help. Your guys' help, I should. Is that the right plural? Who knows? Also, are you on Instagram? Yes, I am on Instagram. My personal one is gareth.williams, so I post like fancy shots and stuff of like whatnot. It's got a lot of my like old school life on there, so if you want to follow me on there, follow me on there. I also have an Instagram account, 414 Manga. That's like my art channel where I do a lot of my anime stuff and whatnot, so if you want to follow me on one of those, then feel free. I very much appreciated. Get involved. I'm quite active to replying to comments on there. The main question though is, how old were you when you first got into Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm 11 and started a year ago. That is awesome. So, you know, for me, probably around about the same age, I'd have thought, you know, when it first kind of came out. I mean, obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh was kind of the natural progression on from, like, Pokemon and things like that. I remember watching the first very episode of Pokemon, so as soon as Yu-Gi-Oh kind of came out over to us and started being played on the TV and whatnot, so yeah, I'd have probably been about 10 or 11 or so myself, and obviously followed on, got the original Yugi and Kaiba starter decks, then started buying some Legend of Blue Eyes packs, so yeah, I was there from the very beginning in terms of, like, the international version of it, I guess. So yeah, absolutely fell in love with it. I took a big break for a while I was off doing music and whatnot, and then obviously came back a few years ago, got back into it again. So, you know, very, very young, and I'm glad I got back into it. It is part of me, part of my soul. What's your favourite Egyptian god card, and which series of Yu-Gi-Oh have you watched till now? Okay, so in terms of favourite god card, I am very much pro Obelisk the Tormentor. It's only like a slim, like, you know, that puts him in front of like the others. So in terms of ranking them, I'd go Obelisk, Slifer, and then the Winged Dragon of Ra. But Obelisk just pinches it for me. I love that, like, Fist of Fury, you know, the effect. Oh, Obelisk. Whenever Kaiba summons it as well. That summon in the Dark Side of the Dimension as well, that boom! That's just amazing. Love it, love it, love it. As for what series I've watched up to till now, you know what, I'm very much old school, as you all aware on my channel. I'm very particular in terms of like the original series, and then I watched GX about 3-4 years ago. I think I'd seen a couple when it first came out, but that's when I started like kind of concentrate on music. Up till now, regrettably, I'm only like halfway through 5Ds, so that's why there's not much 5Ds content on the channel. But as soon as I've finished that, you'll start seeing more like 5Ds character decks, 5Ds facts videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm up like midway in 5Ds. It's, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh is another one of those things that is like on my ever-growing list of things that I need to watch and catch up on. Do you have a favourite card from the Dark Side of Dimensions movie? Or the original movie? I'll stick with the Dark Side of Dimension one, because there is one that absolutely pops straight into my head. I mean, I love the Magician Girls and stuff. I love all the new kind of support the Blue Eyes got, the Dark Magician got, the Marshmallow stuff and that. But my favourite, funny enough, my favourite card is just like some random trap card. It's Dark Horizon. I've recently put that into my Yu-Gi-Oh! I recently put that into my Yu-Gi character deck, and I found that it's just so handy. I just use it all the time. I think that, like, the couple of times that I have used it has been to like bring Dark Magician Girl to the field, but I absolutely love that card. It's just super awesome. I mean, it's nothing special in compared to like the rest of the cards that we got in that set. A lot of really cool cards, especially for character deck stuff. But Dark Horizon was just kind of one that was just like, such a good card. So I'll go with Dark Horizon. Okay, what's your all-time favourite archetype and character design? I briefly touched up on this in my last video, but like the spellcaster type, I mean, it's not like a specific archetype, I guess. Is it? No, it's more of a type. But I love the spellcaster themes and things like that. If I had to pick that, I would go for spellcasters because I love their like card designs as well, so answering the second part. I just think they look wicked, and I love that whole thing. I remember building like a spellcaster deck, and I think part of the reason that I loved the deck so much was that it just looked awesome. So I will go with spellcasters. Final one is I had one where it was like, can I ask like 40 random questions? And I basically just replied like, yeah, if one stands out, I'll pick one. Literally asked like 40 random questions, which is amazing. So I'll just answer a couple in like really quick round play, see which ones will stand out. Which would you rather be, fairy or dragon? And what type? I'd definitely rather be a dragon than a fairy. I couldn't imagine myself pulling off the fairy costume quite so well. Do you think vending machines will take over the world? Quite possibly not. However, I'm going to Tokyo soon, and I imagine their tech is like next level. So let me check out their vending machines, and then I'll let you know. Do I have more luck or skill? I'm quite lucky. I'm quite good at things. Not like good, but like, you know, if I really put my mind to something, I will like push myself like as far as I go. But I think I'm probably more lucky. Yeah, in terms of like how well this channel's done, it's definitely been more luck than it has like skill. So I'd say I'm more lucky. Why are most of my YouTube friends girls? Because you are a very popular guy, my friend, and one that is very fortunate to have a lot of girls as friends. So yes. What's my favourite food? I love Italian stuff. So like spaghetti, pasta, lasagna, anything that kind of Italian. Pizza, how can I forget pizza? Pizza as well. I just love Italian stuff. Why do people fear the dark? Fear of the unknown, I believe. Who is my favourite character in a video game? I would say, oh man, it's either Link from the Legend of Zelda series, obviously, John Marston from Red Dead Redemption, said Daniel Fortescue from Medieval, because that was like my favourite game growing up. So there's three for you, but I have loads. I don't have like an all-time favourite because I'm greedy. Which would you rather go into, a fantasy world and have an adventure with some random people you meet in that world, or become a god of something? Oh, like Kira style from Death Note, god of the new world. I think I'd rather go on an adventure in a fantasy world with some random people. I love the fantasy kind of thing. I do quite like those fantasy animes where they get transported to those worlds, and I think the adventures are really cool. Hopefully I'd make it out alive, and hopefully I'd find some really cool people. They always seem to be surrounded by girls as well, so me being male, hopefully I'd have my own little mini harem, wink wink. As for being a god of something, it's a lot of pressure, and I don't think I'm the kind of person that would work well as a god. Not in a bad way, just kind of like, I'm really indecisive. So if someone's like, hey, I need an order on this, I'll be like, whatever makes you happy, I guess. I don't know. Plus, like, going off the whole Bruce Almighty thing, if you've seen that film, I'll probably be awful at like responding to people's wishes as well. So I will go on a random adventure with some random people that I meet in a fantasy world, and hopefully get a harem. This was Ask414 May 2018 edition. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for sending in some questions. It's really awesome that I'm able to connect with you guys on like another level, which is really good. If you want to ask me a question for next month, obviously leave your questions in the comment section below. If I've missed out any from this, I do apologize. I kind of pick about 10 random ones that kind of stand out, and then I'll do them. So I'm not being mean or anything like that. So if I haven't answered it, I'm sorry about that. Ask again. And like I said, these questions, just ask anything. Yu-Gi-Oh related, me related, anime related, absolutely anything. Make sure they stand out and I'll pick them for next month. But of course, if you want to see more of these Q&A videos, Yu-Gi-Oh fact videos, character deck duels and more, hit the subscribe button right now. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button, share this video with a friend, or just leave me a comment in the section below. But that is it from me. I will see you in the next video. Take care.
Yeah.